So in this video, we're going to talk about solving by graphing. We're going to be solving quadratics, and we're going to use Desmos for our graphing tool. You can definitely do this on a graphing calculator as well, but we're going to use Desmos for this. So let's pull up Desmos. What I would encourage you to do is write down these three equations, and then follow along on your computer where you type these into desmos.com. So let's pull that up here. There we go. So I have all three of these typed in, and I don't have them showing right now. So let's show the first one, negative x squared minus 9x minus 20. So there is the graph. And if I click on that graph, you notice it allows me to touch on the vertex and give me the vertex, but we're not really looking for that right now. What we're doing when we're solving these equations is we're finding where it crosses the x-axis. So there are two spots where this crosses the x-axis. One is at negative 4, 0, and one is at negative 5, 0. So our answers are negative 4 and negative 5. There we go. So for number one, we get x equals negative 4 and x equals negative 5. And what you can do to check that, to verify, is you could plug those in. So if we plug negative 4 in here, we get negative 16, because negative 4 squared is 16, and then you make it negative. And then negative 4 times 9 is negative 36, so it would be minus negative 36. And then minus 20. And this ends up being negative 16 plus 36, which is 20, minus 20, which is 0. So that's one way to check this out. And then if you plug negative 5 in, it'll also work, and you'll get 0. Okay, let's look at the second one. There we go. So let's get rid of the red and pull up the blue. We've got 8x squared plus 18x minus 9, and this is what the graph looks like. So once again, if I click on that graph, I can find my two zeros. So negative 1.5 and negative 7.75. So pretty easy, right? I mean, all we're doing is we're just finding where it crosses the x-axis. So negative 1.5 and negative 0.75. And what we'll learn as we keep going along is that we'll be able to solve these using algebra eventually, but it's going to be exactly where it crosses the x-axis. So I really want to make that connection, that the answers are always where this parabola crosses the x-axis. All right, and then let's look at the last one, x squared plus 2x minus 80. We'll turn off the previous one, and there is x squared plus 2x minus 80. And what I can do is I can zoom out by clicking on this zoom out here, or you can just pinch and zoom too. I'm just going to pinch and zoom with my fingers. And so this one crosses at 8, 0 and negative 10, 0. And so the y value is 0, and that's what we're trying to figure out. So our x values are 8 and they're negative 10. All right, so this is x equals 8, x equals negative 10. So the main thing I want you to connect here is when you're graphing, you're looking for the x-intercepts. And those are going to be also called the zeros. They're also called the roots of a polynomial. So x-intercepts are zeros and the roots. If you get more down some more advanced math, they might be a little more picky about using certain terms when, but where it crosses the x-axis, sometimes that's referred to as zeros, sometimes it's referred to as roots as well. But these are the answers to these quadratic equations.